The 2024 season for the European League of Football was their fourth ever season in their history. That season had a total of 17 teams that included one new expansion team called the MADRID BRAVOS, also had a new Swiss team, the Helvetic Mercenaries. During that season, the league saw an increase in attendance during the regular season with 406,000 plus spectators. This is the most attended regular season in the league's short history. Now the league will be looking to grow on that successful campaign. And what should they do in the future to help the league reach an even broader audience across Europe and around the world, and to help this league be financially set for the future? The ELF was able to increase again despite the Euros in the summer, and that underlines the growing interest in American football in Europe and the growing importance of the league. The league's sporting level has improved further, especially the top 5 teams of the league: the Rhine Fire, Vienna Vikings, Stuttgart Surge, Paris Musketeers, and the Madrid Bravos. With the success of the new franchise, the Madrid Bravos, who made it to the wildcard round in their first season, but unfortunately they were eliminated against last year's champion, the Rhine Fire. Regardless of the success of the league, the ELF has continued to struggle with financial challenges. In the first 3 years, the league itself has wrote losses of about 1.5 to 1.6 million euros. Also, in the history of the league, the economic problems with 2 franchises that came to a head, both the Leipzig Kings and Istanbul Rams had to retire from play, either during the season or after the season concluded. Those 2 teams could not overcome the financial troubles. Even the Prague Lions also struggled with economic difficulties since they came into the league. There were reports that the Barcelona Dragons allegedly have not paid player salaries since June. In addition to all of that, even the Hamburg Sea Devils didn't pay all their stadium rents on time. With that problem has cast a shadow over the future of some locations, and the financial problems of individual teams show that the league is not yet economically stable despite the league's success. Even though the league had a successful season in 2024, unfortunately a lot of the games weren't that competitive with a ton of blowouts. The actual stats of the regular season games are astonishing. Of the 102 regular season games, there were 62 total blowouts, compared to only 40 games that were decided by 2 scores or less, meaning losing by 16 at the most to losing by 1 at the least. In fact, the biggest blowout in league history came on August 11th of 2024 between the Barcelona Dragons and the Munich Ravens, and the final score of that game was a whopping 90-0 victory for the Ravens, which that game had an attendance of 3,400 spectators. Another point of criticism is the schedule with teams such as the Vienna Vikings, Stuttgart Surge, Munich Ravens, and the Tyrol Raiders, which benefited from comparatively easier schedules. Even the Rhine Fire had a more demanding game plan, but a lot of their victories were still not that competitive. This unbalanced competitiveness could affect the attractiveness of the league in the long term. And for the neutral fans, it's already a deterrent to sit in a stadium or in front of the TV for 60 minutes, when it's most likely going to be a blowout. One of the biggest things that the league needs to do is attract more neutral fans to come to the games or watch it on TV. During the 2024 campaign, the highest attendance of all of the teams was the Rhine Fire, which they averaged 11,000 plus fans. The next highest team was the Hamburg Sea Devils at 9,200 fans per game, and the 3 lowest teams in the league averaged less than 1,000 fans per home game, which isn't that great at all. On TV, the league got worse in that aspect this year, having some games watched only by 20,000 people at a time, which isn't bad, but isn't great either. And that should be one of the many things that the league needs to address in the offseason, if the league wants to grow and give the best possible play for the fans to enjoy. Right now, at the moment, 2026 seems to be a crucial year for the league. That's because the current TV deal runs out. And if the league wants to continue past 2026, the league will have to find out how to increase attendance across the league, and to also find a new source of income. The first step is to make a system that helps weak teams of the season before, like the NFL has the salary cap and the draft. Number 2, allow European players to sign anywhere they want, and allow for a little bit more American imports per team, and that would help improve the competitiveness of each team, and give the best overall games, and that will help in less blowouts each week. Number 3, Focus on youth development and make sure every team has a youth academy, which is a great idea to help inspire kids to play American football. Number 4, make it easier for people to watch the games and get great TV deals to help grow the league. Number 5, make the tickets cheaper for fans, and that would attract more fans, and that will help sell out a lot more games. For now, the league will need more professionalism inside and outside of the field, but that should come with time. Thoughts about expansion. My opinion about league expansion is that I think that the league should wait until they fix quality of play first, and then increase fan attendance for all teams, and then get better TV deals for more exposure, and absolutely make sure that the league is financially set before thinking about this idea for the future. If the league does do some of these things, I would still wait until after 2026 at the earliest for a league expansion of any kind. So if the league does decide to add teams from other leagues, or just add old team names from leagues that don't exist anymore, so now let's look at my potential list for that category. The first name that comes to mind is the London Monarchs. That team was originally founded in 1991 in the World League of American Football, but that league suspended operations prior to the 1993 season, but the league was revived in 1995 as the World League, and the World League was renamed NFL Europe League in 1998. Their final season came in 1998 as the England Monarchs, and they were replaced by the New Berlin Thunder at the time. The team played a total of 6 seasons in NFL Europe, and they won a World Bowl championship in 1991. I absolutely think that the European League of Football should consider bringing back this team name for the future. The next team that comes to mind is the Amsterdam Admirals. The team was formed in 1995 as part of the NFL's plan to restart the World League of American Football, and the league was entirely based in Europe. They were one of 3 new teams, and the other teams being the Scottish Claymores and the Rhine Fire. They joined the Old World League's European division teams at the time, naming the Barcelona Dragons, the Frankfurt Galaxy, and the London Monarchs. Unfortunately for the team and for NFL Europe, the NFL announced on July 29th of 2007 that the league would officially close down for good. During the time that the team existed, they won 1 World Bowl championship in 2005, and overall they made 3 appearances in that game. Also, the team had an average attendance of over 12,000 people per game. I believe that this team name would be a great name to bring back for the first team in the Netherlands. This team is another team from NFL Europe, and that is the Scottish Claymores. The team was originally founded in 1995 until the team closed down for good in 2004. In the 10 seasons that the team played in NFL Europe, the Claymores reached the World Bowl on 2 occasions, with victory in World Bowl 96, but a defeat in World Bowl 2000. One notable player that played on the team was Gavin Hastings, a Scottish rugby international player who was used as a place kicker in 1996. The Claymores over their 10-season history averaged over 11,000 people per home game. Despite the team closing the doors for good, the Scottish Claymores' identity is being maintained to induct players to their Hall of Fame, and as a means for promoting amateur American football in Scotland. I absolutely believe that the European League of Football should resurrect this team name for a future expansion. The 4th team is the Graz Giants from the Austrian Football League. The team apparently has been approached by the league, and they are located in Graz, Austria, which is the 2nd largest city in the country. Also, the city is the 3rd biggest traditional football location after Vienna and Innsbruck. In the history of the team, the Giants are the oldest existing American football team in Austria, and the team was founded in 1981. They were the first known team from Europe to win a match against an American college team, and that was in 1991, where they defeated Albany State University 32-23 in an exhibition game. This team in this location makes sense. And if you don't know, Austria is one of the biggest European countries to watch American football, and I believe that this team is a great idea. The final team to consider is the Leipzig Kings. Unfortunately, during the 2023 season, the team was removed from the league after week 6, and then the team would later announce their withdrawal from the league on July 11th. A day later, the league announced that the Kings will be taken out of the league for the remainder of the 2023 season, and their license to participate in the league was withdrawn, but the league has said that they would like to accept the team back in the future if a suitable new owner would be found. It would be really nice to have the team back in the future, and possibly with a different stadium. Now, new possible locations for a future expansion. First up, Lisbon, Portugal. This city is the capital and is the largest city of Portugal, with an estimated population of 500,000 plus people. The country of Portugal does have an American football league called the LPFA and is the top level of American football in the country. The league was founded in 2009 and has a total of 7 teams at the moment. The city has a total of 2 teams that play in the top level of American football in the country, and those teams are called the Devils and the Navigators. The Navigators have won the most titles in league history at the moment with 6 championships. Either one of those 2 teams would be a great idea to bring over to the European League of Football in the future and would benefit the team in the city at the exact same time. This location should be on the next expansion list whenever that happens in the future. Rome, Italy. This city is the capital of Italy and is the largest city in the country. The country of Italy already has an American football team in the European League of Football, named the Milano Seamen, which started playing in the league in 2023. Also, Italy has their own American football league called the Italian Football League, and that league was founded in 1980. The city of Rome does have a team in this league, and they are called the Rome Grizzlies. At the moment, the team isn't in the top league of American football anymore, and was in the top level from 2015 to 2018. In 2023, the first ever Italian Bowl was played outside Italy, and was well received by the Americans, as 10,000 fans attended the game. In my opinion, I think by adding another team in Italy would be beneficial to both the city and the league, and also the 2 teams in Italy could have a potential great rivalry in the future. Brussels, Belgium. The city is the capital of Belgium and is the most densely populated region in the country. Belgium does have an American football league called the Belgian Football League, and it's the highest level of American football in the country. The league was founded in 1987 and has a total of 18 teams, with 2 conferences with 9 teams each. Brussels has a total of 3 teams in the league, and those teams are called the Black Angels, the Tigers, and the Bulls. The Black Angels are one of the oldest teams in that league, and could be one of the teams in the city that the European League of Football could be interested in bringing over to their league in the future. I believe that the European League of Football should consider this city, and with already having existing teams, they could bring over one of those, or bring in a brand new franchise. Marseille, France. The city is the second most populous in the country of France, with a population of almost 875,000 people. France does have an American football league called the Division I Elite Championship, and it's the top level of American football in the country, and the league was founded in 1982. The league has a total of 12 teams with 2 conferences with 6 teams each. In the history of the league, the most successful team is the La Courneuve Flash, and they have won 12 league titles. This city does have a team in this league, and they are called the Blue Stars. Adding another team in the country of France would instantly create a rivalry with the Paris Musketeers. And the country of France does have a big enough player pool to find talent for both teams. I absolutely think that this great city is a wonderful location to add to a future expansion list. Stockholm, Sweden. This wonderful city is the capital and is the largest city in the country. Sweden does have an American football league, and the league is the top league in the country. The number of teams in the top league has varied through the years, ranging from 4 to 10. Stockholm does have a team in this league, and they are called the Mean Machines. They were founded in 1982 and are the oldest American football team in the country, and they are the most successful team in the country. There have been rumors that one of the most incredible American football teams in the Swedish league, the Stockholm Mean Machines, were approached to join the ELF. However, a 3-team league might force the Swedish league to rethink the structure of Swedish football altogether. Even if that particular team doesn't join the European League of Football at all, the league should still give them a brand new expansion franchise to the city as soon as possible. In my opinion, I think that this wonderful city should be highly considered for an expansion team, and this could work out pretty well for both parties. Copenhagen, Denmark. This city is the capital and is the most populous city of Denmark, with a population of around 1.4 million. Denmark does have an American Football League and is the top level of American football in the country. That league was founded in 1988 and has a total of 4 teams at the moment. Their league championship game is called the Mermaid Bowl, and the name is taken from the famous Little Mermaid, a symbol of Denmark. Copenhagen has a team in the league called the Towers. The team has won the most league championships at 10. So if the European League of Football decides to add a team here in the coming years, they could always add the current hometown team, the Towers, to the league in the future. So I absolutely think that this wonderful city should get an European League of Football team in the future for sure.
So those are my ideas to make the European League of Football even better. So those are the teams and the countries that the European League of Football should consider for a future expansion. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comment section. If you're new, please consider subscribing and also hit that notification bell. And if you love sports, this is definitely the place for you. And also, share this video with more sports fans. For more European League of Football videos and for more American football videos, please click up here. And thank you so much for watching. This is Sports Gear, and I will see you next time. Just keep loving sports.